Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda. The channel name is Alba Stitcher, and this is a YouTube channel about cross stitch. I share the projects that I've been working on, anything that I might have finished, and any haul that I have bought. This is Flosstube number 38. Today is Tuesday. Now let me think, the 16th of August. It's been just a little shade under 3 weeks since my last video. I hope you're all very well. I would like to thank everyone for the warm condolences and people who reached out to me to leave me messages about the recent passing of my brother. It was greatly appreciated in a very kind of, I wouldn't say turbulent, but a very unsettling time for us all. So that was lovely, and it did make a difference to me. People might not think it, but it did make a difference to just really how I was feeling, and made me want to maybe stitch a bit more, maybe get involved and connect with some people, which I hadn't really been doing. So it is truly appreciated. I have a little bit to share with you today. I have a couple of small finishes. I also have 2 new starts. One that I did at a recent Stitchy Day, which I'll talk about. I have a progress on one WIP, but I'll talk about that WIP because I'm not sure where I'm going with it. Obviously I have haul, because if you've watched me for any length of time, you know there's never a video that I don't have haul. I would like to say I've got it under control, but I don't think I have. So there is haul, and I have some stitchy kindness, but I'm not going to. It was for my birthday, so I would just like to talk about it. I don't necessarily want to show it on my channel. I've got the giveaway winner, and I also have another giveaway that was greatly donated to, or kindly donated to me, so that was good. And now I'm waffling, so let's maybe get started. This could well be a car crash. I hope not, but it could be a car crash. I've been working all day, and then I had to rush out because I had to go to the treatment centre because they wanted to change the dressing on my leg. I don't really have a life update, which is actually quite good, because always I have lots of life update that's never nice. I don't really have any life update. Things are a bit static at the moment, which is lovely. What I would say is I've been for my MRI about my leg, and fingers crossed I hear this week from the consultant. She's been on holiday, so hopefully I get some sort of contact from her. But I do have to go regularly and get my wound checked. That's really what's happened. That's what happened today. So maybe I'm a little bit all over the place, but hey ho. I think we'll get started. And I'm going to start on a project that was a new start for me. You hadn't seen this before, but I had shared that it was gifted to me, and it was this chart here. Oh. And this is Country Cottage Needleworks, Love Lives Here. And this was very kindly gifted to me by SewMeSarah. I will link her channel below. You can go along and have a little watch of her videos, which are all very, very good. And I had mentioned that I really liked the chart, and I was going to go and get it, and she said, well, I'll just gift you it, which was lovely. So it must have just been how I was feeling, and I decided that I would start it. And I've made quite a bit of progress, which is also quite unusual for me, but this is as far as I've gotten with it. And you'll see that I've completed, obviously, the whole tree. I've finished the house, I've finished these words, and I've started on the next tree. Fences are in, and the grass is kind of growing. But I've loved stitching on this, and this is stitched with the called for over dyed threads, which are obviously never as nicely organised as Nicole Needleworks, but yeah, well, this is me. And the fabric is a 32 count needle and flax, I believe. Let me just check. I want to be able to tell you the correct information. It is Needle and Flax, and it's Dirty Teacup. This is my very first piece of Needle and Flax linen. I would be interested to know how people find the linen. My only issue, and it's not even an issue, but my observation was that the edges were not serged, and I have a lot of stuff coming out. So that could be from the buyer that I got it from. I got it from a shop. Maybe they cut it from a larger piece. I don't know, but they were certainly not serged. But I have actually liked stitching, and I quite like the linen as well, because maybe you can't really see, but there's some good kind of mottling come patchiness. So the whole notion of a dirty teacup is quite realistic here, I would say. But I've really enjoyed stitching on this, and I've not stitched on it for a couple of days now, but I'm definitely going to be picking it back up. The borders, what I would say is that if you look at the chart, there's a double border. I don't know how I'll get on with them. So let us see. But I feel as if I've made some quite good progress. But there is a big double border that needs to be stitched. So yeah, I did spend quite a lot of time stitching on this one after my last video. I was keen to get it started, and I'm actually keen to get it finished as well, and the pattern or the chart to be passed along, which is exactly what Sarah said, you know, pass it on, and that's what I would like to do. So what I've also done in the last couple of weeks is, you may have noticed that there's a hashtag called the JBW Ornament Sal. Even zips are difficult for me today. And that was started, I believe, let me get this right, by Annie the Proper Stitcher, Chrissy, the Finally a Farmgirl, and Stitchy Linda. I believe the three of them had started this Ornament Sal. And I was really quite interested in it because I had one of the small booklets, which is this one here. And that's the ornament booklet number 1. I believe there's maybe 5 altogether. But this is just all small Christmas ornaments, various kind of designs, Christmas trees, mittens, yeah, all different sorts of things. And I've had the book, and I hadn't done anything with it. And then when I saw, I've actually got quite a few JBW Designs charts, and I don't think I've ever stitched one. Yeah, I don't think I've ever stitched one. So when I saw the Sal, I thought, well, this is an ideal time. I should pull together something and see what I can get done. So I did organise my book. I then pulled some threads, and these are just random threads from my stash. And so far, these are the threads that I've used. So I had pulled this is an XU design thread called Mary. I pulled Weeks Dye Works Holly and Weeks Dye Works Turkish Red. And actually, Turkish Red is probably my favourite red. I do like red as a colour. And it's probably, yeah, one of my favourite, but I'm sure there was another. Yeah, I thought that. And this is also an XU design thread, and it's Mariska's Red, and it's the one that I used in 'Tis the Season by Blackbird Design. I don't know if anybody remembers, I stitched that not last year, but the year before. And I used all XU designs, both thread and fabric. And I had a little bit left over. So what I decided to do was I just looked at the little booklet, and I thought, right, just choose a couple, and get them stitched up. So I went to my stash, my large stash of fabric, and I picked out this antique white 28 count Lugana, and then I stitched this lovely little cottage with some trees, and it says Noel. Really liked stitching that, and that's stitched in using the Turkish Red from Weeks Dye Works. Really quick, actually. I'm not a quick stitcher. I don't sew in hand. I don't use the sewing method. I use a frame. I do use two-handed when I'm using my Lowry stand, but I would say in general, I am definitely on the slower side. But these, very quick. And at the moment, I love that. I love getting a kind of quick return. And the other one that I did was this Christmas tree. And this is actually charted with various shades of green, but I didn't do that. I just chose one green, which was the Weeks Dye Works Holly. Stitched it up, and then I add a little bit of Petite Treasure braid at the top for the star. I think in the book she recommends it might be a button or something. But yeah, so then those are the two. But I don't think I'm finished doing them. I did really enjoy stitching them. As I say, they were for me, they were very quick stitches. It was nice just using one colour. I quite like the idea of trying to generate some Christmas ornaments. So I really did enjoy stitching them. So there will probably be a few more. My plan will be to keep the bag that this is in. And just maybe stitch a few more. I've got some linen there already cut, or it's Lugana, and I've got the threads in there, so I will probably pick it up again. Okay, what else? Okay, so let me talk about this WIP that I picked up. And if you follow me on Instagram, it's Alba Stitchers, just my name. Well, that's actually not my name. It's actually not my name, but it's the same name as my channel. You will have seen that I picked up this old WIP that I had. And this is Hello from Liz Mathews, All Hallows Eve. And I started this, I had to check. I started this last September, but I hadn't really made any progress on it. This is stitched on 32 count platinum using the called for threads, and this is maybe where I'm getting unstuck, so I might need some advice maybe. So as I say, I started this last September. This is 32 count platinum. These are all the called for over dyed threads, which are Weeks Dye Works. Now I really like the chart, and in general I really like the colours. I love oranges, ochres, I love all those kind of colours. But when I was stitching on it, when I picked it up, I'd only really done a little bit up here, and so I was kind of working on this large Quaker design. But when I was stitching on it, I've really not enjoyed it, and I think part of the problem is the lack of variegation in the threads. I mean, I don't even think if I go so close that you can see any variegation in that current thread that I'm stitching, which I think is pecan. I'm just going to check. I have the threads here. I'm sure it's pecan, this one. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, it is. So here are the threads. Again, all colours I love. I've got multiple skeins of them. But you know, see when I'm stitching, I find it very flat. I really find it very flat. And I've seen other people stitch it. This colour here I think is cognac, and there is quite noticeable variegation in it. But in this one here, I'm not loving it. And I don't know what to do. I don't know whether just to put it away and maybe pick it up at a later date, or maybe just to like literally stop. I don't know, but I'm not enjoying it. And my plan had been to stitch a little bit. I didn't think I would get it finished for this October, but I did think I would enjoy and keep stitching on it. And the thing is, I'm very much a process stitcher. I am a little bit envious of those people who are so focused on getting everything finished and up on their wall or into pillows or flat folds or whatever it is. But for me, the joy comes from stitching. That's what I enjoy, stitching. I don't really mind. Well, I do mind that I do want finishes, obviously, but I am not as focused as others on getting finishes, which is fine. The world is full of all different people who like all different things. But I do like to get some sort of finish, and I don't even think I can force myself. And it's a big, this is a big chart. What is it? It's, I'm sure it's here. Yep, it's 327 by 143. So this is not a small project. and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know whether just to maybe take it off the frame, put it away and maybe revisit it sometime in the future, or unpick this. There's not that much. Maybe I unstitch all this, put the fabric and the threads back in my stash. I don't know what to do. And I think part of my hesitation for it is, if you've watched me, you'll know I have quite a lot of WIPs. And that's something I was going to talk about when I talk about the Stitchy Day that we had on Saturday. But I have a lot of WIPs, and I actually have a box that I brought back from the Netherlands with maybe 20, I think 20 projects. And they are literally all on frames, all in project bags with the threads and everything else. And I haven't even touched them. And I've been back now here 20 months and I haven't even looked at these projects. And in my head, I'm thinking I'm never going to go to those projects. I should just de-kit them, or maybe I will go. I don't know. But I don't want to keep creating projects that I have really no intentions of finishing. And my fear is that this is one of them. I don't know. It's a little bit of a struggle for me. I don't know what to do for the best. So yeah, you can give me your suggestions. Maybe if you've had a similar experience with a project and maybe after some time you were quite happy to go back to it. I would be interested to know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one. But what I would say is, most likely you're not going to see it for a little while. Excuse me while I pick up this bag. You're not going to see it for a while on any of my videos until I decide what to do. And I am in two minds just to take it off the frame, put it all in a kind of plastic folder, and just use the bag and the frame and that for something else. Not unstitch it, but just kind of decide what I want to do. So yeah, I also worked on, I have another new start. So on Saturday, just Saturday past there was another Stitchy Day organised in Ayr. And I don't live in Ayr. Anybody who knows me, I live in the West Coast, further up. But I've been before. I was, I think May was the last one. And this was another one arranged. And it was the same group of 12 stitchers. And it was fabulous. It was just a really good day. I was apprehensive about driving. Probably from where I stayed to there's about an hour and a half, maybe driving. It's an all-day affair, but I was really apprehensive about driving with my leg. And I know I can't drive without my legs, so it needs to come with me. So my boyfriend, he offered to come and pick me up and then drive me down there and then come back and collect me, which was really, really good, which meant I was kind of thoroughly spoiled that day. I didn't have to even think about anything. But yeah, so the Stitchy Day was really good. We just have it's very, very kind of relaxed. It was nice that everyone knew each other. For me, it had been a long time since I had laughed so much. There was even a little bit of a drama because the air conditioning unit was leaked at one point, but it was just a really good day. And what was nice is that people were stitching on projects kind of together. So they had chosen a chart and they were stitching it together, which was the Summer House Stitchworks Summer Refreshes. Yeah, and I've kitted it up, but I didn't choose to start that one. I had chose to start another one with the lovely Tammy, and we chose this one here, which is the same designer, so from the heart, that I had decided to do the Quaker monthlies for next year. So I wanted to do one of her charts just to kind of get a feel for it, to see maybe how long it would take me and if it is realistic for me to be able to do one a month. This one, the monthly ones have 3 colours. This one had 5. So Tammy also had the chart and we agreed we were going to start at the retreat, which we did. Tammy did the called for threads, not the called for fabric. She chose her own, and I went rogue and I just chose my own colours. Now I will stick with it. I'm not going to unpick anything, but mine certainly does not look like the like the picture, but I'm okay with that. I really like this orange. I'm just kind of a bit crazy for this orange. I just really like this orange, and it's lobster claw. So anyway, I went into my stash and I just chose 5 colours, which was an orange, 2 greens, purple, black. Basically, that was it. So I just had a little scooch about to see what I had. I'm glad to say there's not too much orange left on my skein because it's nearly all done. But I chose lobster claw, which I have used in another project that is in the said box from the Netherlands, because in there is my Leela's Studio Halloween Quaker, which has lobster claw in it. This crescent colours pansy purple, which actually is much stronger than I thought it was when I started stitching with it. Bean sprout, which I haven't used yet, which is the paler of the greens. What's my black? My black is Raven. And then my green is this green olives. And I don't know if anybody's got any of this thread in their stash, but it's by Chameleon. And I'm going to try and hold this up so maybe somebody recognises this. Hopefully it'll focus. So it's some hand-dyed floss that I've got, and I've got a couple of skeins of different colours, and it's from South Africa. So I don't know if anybody knows if it's maybe still produced, but it's actually quite good, and I really like how the green turned out on my design here. So yeah, all rogue colours, nothing like the designer asked for or suggested, but I'm just going to stick with it. I am just going to stick with it. The fabric I chose was 28 count Picture This Plus Dapple that I just had in my stash, and I have really enjoyed stitching on this. Now I didn't do all this at the retreat. I got one pumpkin done. I got the centre motif. I think I got a couple of these designs, but since returning I've finished off the whole kind of motif. I just need to add the stalks of the pumpkin and then go round with a black. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you will see I put a post on Sunday, I think, which showed Tammy's stitching with the called for colours, and then my stitching with my chosen colours. I can't remember her fabric choice. It was more of a kind of purple. It was beautiful. But yeah, it just shows you the difference when you kind of choose up. But I was happy to kind of mess up the colours a little bit. I'm normally very, I was going to use the word purist, but there is nothing pure about me. But I'm normally kind of stick to the rules. But I was feeling a bit rebellious and I wanted to just choose some colours. So that's what I did. Really enjoy this. Can't wait to get it finished. This chart is also going to be passed on to somebody else, because that's what stitchers do. We kind of always look around, look after one another, and make sure we're never short of any stash. So yeah, so that's what I've been stitching on in the last kind of 3 weeks. What I would say is that I am not going to tell you about any plans, because I have no idea what I'm going to stitch on. I am literally, for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to stitch on what I want, when I want, and it could be all new starts, although I hope it's not all new starts. I do want to maybe do a little bit of the 25/7. Now, I have never done that, but somebody at the Stitchy Day was working on Pandemic. It was Tammy. She's working on Pandemic, Long Dog Sampler Pandemic, and she says, I'm just starting my day, I'm going to do my 25 minutes. And I was like, all right, okay. And then she put it away and she picked up the Spooky Quaker, which was great. And she said, I said, how do you find that? I don't know how I would like that. 25 minutes, then I stop. And she said, no, it's great for her. She showed me the progress she had made sort of from the start of the month to now, or till Saturday it was. And yeah, you could really see it. And I'm thinking, well, I have so many WIPs. because that's a question I get asked a lot. I think I have about 50 WIPs. I think I do. And that includes the box of maybe 20 that I have brought from the Netherlands. It could be closer to 60 WIPs. The thing is, I mean, I've talked about Quaker pumpkins where I'm certainly not in love with it, but in general, I love all my projects. But the problem is, I spy something nice and I'm like, oh, I need to start that. And then I don't necessarily go back to them. So maybe part of my focus will be to try and do a bit on some of these WIPs. I have some things that I would like to finish, so maybe I will try and do that. Anyway, let me talk a little bit about the giveaway winner. So last time I had shown you that I had finished this chart here by Little Dove Designs, which is now with Lynn getting finished. I hopefully have it the next time I film. So I was giving away this chart as it was sent to me when I bought it, and a lovely piece of linen that you could use for the chart or use for something else. And you had to use the word dove, which lots of people did. I think there was like 400 comments in my last video. I don't remember the number of how many people said the word dove, but the winner of the chart and the fabric, like small fingers and thumbs, is the Happy Stitcher. So if you are the Happy Stitcher, can you please either message me on Instagram or send me an email. My email address will be in the box below, and then I'll get this out into the post for you, and then you'll be a Happy Stitcher. Okay, so that's the giveaway winner for this week. Now, haul. As I said, I had decided that next year I was going to do these little Quakers, and so far I had bought January, February and March. I'd only bought 3 of them. Well, I bought the rest that are available at the moment. So I bought April and the threads. I got May and the threads, and June, and here are the threads, and July with the threads, August, the threads, and September, and those are the threads there for September. Now I've just dropped them all. What I was going to say is that I've also ordered, I've just dropped the other ones, I've just also ordered October, which has just been released, and then we'll only have November and December. But what I love about them, I was having a little look, and you know, the thread choices are fabulous. So I'm not going to go rogue. I'm going to stick to what it is, and I'm going to stitch them up as they've been charted. But yeah, just been collecting them now. A few people had contacted me to say that they were thinking also to do them. Some of them, like myself, were a little bit apprehensive that they were quite a lot to do once a month, and it may well work out like that, because the ones that I'm doing at the moment are obviously the Prairie Schooler Prairie Birds, which are a lot smaller. But for some of these designs, there's still quite a lot of open space. So I'm hoping once I've done one, I'll have a flavour for how long they're going to take. But a lot of people, or some people, had said they were quite interested, and maybe they would join in the kind of year-long Sal, which would be lovely. But also, if you just want to stitch one of them, it doesn't even have to be the monthly one, maybe one of the other ones. There's a Christmas, there's a Blossom Quaker, there's obviously the Spooky Quaker that I've started, Pumpkin Quaker, Freedom Quaker. There's quite a few there. It would be really good if people just kind of dipped in as time went by and stitched up one of the Quakers, and then we can share the progress on social media. That would be great. What else did I buy? So I've had a little bit of time and I've been on Instagram, which is not always a good thing, but there is one stitcher called Poppy Stitches. If you don't follow her on Instagram, I would certainly recommend that you do. Her stitches, her stitching is beautiful, but her projects always look so perfect. She always photographs them so well, and she had been working on this chart here. Now, again, if you've watched me for a little bit of time, you'll know that I've already purchased and kitted up the fox and the raccoon. And this is the Cottage Garden Samplings, and it's A Year in the Woods. Is it A Year in the Woods? Yeah, A Year in the Woods. And I saw it's Fiona, Poppy Stitches is Fiona. She started stitching this one here, which was the barn owl. And I love owls. If anybody's watched me before, you know I did a Satsuma Street, the Who's There, and I really do love owls. And I saw her stitching this and I'm like, oh my, I need to get that. So that's exactly what I did. Ordered the chart. I ordered the over-dyed threads that I needed. So here are the over-dyes. And then also got the DMC. I think I'm missing one, but I've ordered it, so it should be coming. And I chose a fabric. Now, I am not 100% convinced this fabric will be the one that I stitch this on, but I quite liked it, so I wasn't sure. But this is Fibre on a Whim, and this is Buttermilk. Now, in the picture, it is clearly more of a green. I couldn't see anything that I really liked. So I thought I would try this one. Let me see if I can show you it. I've never had this Buttermilk before, so I wasn't sure what the fabric was like. It's beautiful fabric and it's got beautiful mottling in it, which is good. But I'm not 100% convinced, and I think part of the problem is when I looked at what Poppy Stitches, what hers looks like, her fabric is much more neutral. And I really like that. So this is what the threads look like on the fabric, which is actually not, it looks okay, but I don't know if I want something more neutral or if I want to go more like the chart, which is more green. I'm not sure. I'm in a bit of a pickle here. I'm not really sure what I want to do. I do like this Buttermilk and I'm sure I will use it. I don't know. I'm confused, but I'm very close to starting this. I'm very close to starting it. I was blown away when I saw it stitched up. And I think for a lot of these A Year in the Woods, some of them really do stand out. I mean, I think the fox has been super popular because of people stitching it, and you just see how lovely it is. But the barn owl is actually calling to me, so I might start it. So yeah, that was also haul. Also got my, and I just recently received this. It's only in the last couple of days I got it, which was my monthly thread club that I have with Lakeside for Classic Colour Works. So yeah, I've got another little bundle. What I might do is show you what I've got so far from the club. I don't really remember how long I've been in the club, but yeah. I don't think I'm close to finishing. What are we at? The elves? Yeah. Yeah. I think I've got a long way to go. Okay, what else have I got? Okay. So I also purchased, I got this box. And if anyone's purchased from this company before, they'll know. First of all, it was beautifully kind of packaged. And this is a company called, wait, I'll get it right because I'll get it wrong. It's West Green Loft Yarns. Okay, well, let's hope that that doesn't blow out the whole time. Yeah, there we go. Helps if I show you this bit because then that's got the kind of name and everything on it. Okay, so this company I had been following, I think, on Instagram. They are a yarn dyer. Now, I don't knit. My mother has tried to teach me. And it's not that I don't like knitting. I don't have room for another hobby. And I mean that both time-wise and space-wise. So they dye yarn. But what they also do, or have started to do, and I don't know how recently, or I don't know, but they've started to dye linen. So me being me, can't see anything go past, then I want to try it. So this is the first one. And she's look, which quite good. There's a label on it, so it's like really clear what you're getting. But here is the label. Sleepy Hollow, 32 count, obviously. I wanted a big piece. She didn't have a big piece, so I've got a kind of skinny bit. But I'm really, really, really liking this. So yeah, I like the colour, and I will certainly be maybe buying a larger piece. Don't blow out so much. Yeah, that's probably a bit accurate. And then I also bought a piece of, I don't know what this one's called. Please let there be a label on it after me saying to you, oh, they're all labelled. Is there no label? Maybe I don't have a label on this one. I don't know if you can see that. I think it's called Lizzie Bennett. I'm 99% sure this is called Lizzie Bennett. And it's also a lovely piece. It's 32 count. And that's spot on accurate. Spot on accurate what that fabric looks like. So yeah, I picked up these two pieces of fabric. I didn't stop there. Because yeah. And I also picked up, she dyes some silk. So I thought, oh, let me get some silk. Because I'm feeling brave that I can now choose my own threads, which I never really ever did. Anytime I've done it, it's been a disaster. And it may still be a disaster. Who knows how spooky Quaker is going to turn out. But I thought, well, maybe I'll order some silks. So I ordered some silks. And here they are. They're the colours. That was the only range that she had available. So it was those 6 colours. And I thought, I'll get all 6 and I'll see what they're like. I do like them. They're very pastel-y, which obviously I knew because I could see on the website. I'm not sure how they'll fit in with what I stitch. But I am sure there's a way we'll manage to get them to fit in because some of the colours are lovely. I love the gold actually. Gold in the middle. So yes, I ordered some silks from the same company. And what was quite nice is that they are now moving, and they're moving up to Scotland, which was lovely. She put it on Instagram, I think earlier today, and I happened to message her and ask her whereabouts in Scotland. So yeah, so they're now moving up to Scotland, which is lovely. She was saying that her husband is from the area, so lovely. So I would thoroughly recommend them if you're looking for just something a bit different maybe in your linen. So yeah, that was West. Goodness, life is tough sometimes for me. West Green Loft yarns, yeah. Okay, but that wasn't all that I bought. I can't control myself. I also got my Fabric of the Month from Sparklies. It's very purple. It's nice, very lavendery. So that came in, and I purchased this fabric as well. And this is from also a new to me dyer. I think I saw it on Facebook. I'm not always on Facebook so much. Instagram I'm on a lot, but Facebook not so much. But I did see it on Facebook, I'm sure. And this is Fabrics by Craftikate. I don't know if anyone's bought from them before, but yeah. And this is also a 32 count linen. This is quite a big piece. I can't remember what it was called. Is it called Old Linen maybe? She's got it edged, which is good. And there it is there. It's a good sized piece of fabric. I'm quite pleased with that. So yeah, I got that. And as I say, that's a new to me dyer. So if you've bought from her before, or you want to recommend some colours to me, yeah, let me spend some more money, keep the economy going. So yeah, don't blow out. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Okay, and I think the last piece of haul I have is from Diane, who is Frog and Fudge, Fudge and Frog. Wait a minute, Frog and Fudge Designs. And she has been making project bags and notion bags. And I saw she had this little Christmas one, and I was feeling I wanted a little bit of Christmas. So I ordered this one. But you know, this is like really well made. Little kind of notions pouch, or for a tiny project. But look, little button here. Beautiful vinyl front. Stitched so well. Lovely kind of edge in here. Yeah, I really can't say enough good things about her. So it's on Instagram. I'll link it below. Her page for her Frog and Fudge project bags, and she's got like different sizes. They're not all tiny like this. There are other sizes as well. So yeah, I ordered that. I do more than just order stuff. I do actually do other stuff. Like I go to work and everything as well. Obviously I need to pay for all this. So let me end by talking about the giveaway. I have a giveaway, and this was very, see, this is what happens when I don't stick. This was very kindly donated to me by Kath. She had said to me, I've got another July Quaker. I bought 2 by accident. We've all done that. Would you like it? And I was like, thank you very much, but I already have it. And she said, would you like it as a giveaway? And I was like, perfect. So I would like to give away the July Quaker, and I've kitted it up. So you've got the 3 threads there. So you will be ready to rock and roll when it's time to do this next year. Maybe that's a bit better so it's not, if you can see it clearly enough. Yeah. And you know, they do have the month on them. I meant to say that actually. If you look carefully, they all have the month somewhere, but you could stitch it without the month. You don't have to kind of stick to the months. So if you're interested in stitching the July Quaker and you would like to win it, it's the usual conditions. You should be over 18 so that you can give me your address. Please do not use giveaway or prize in your comment, but I would like you to use the phrase Quaker. So if you use the word Quaker in your comment, then I'll use the random comment picker and somebody will win both the chart and the threads, and I'll get them posted off to you. So if you're interested, please use the word Quaker. I would also like to thank those who bought me a coffee over the last couple of weeks. Greatly appreciated. Just helps pay for the postage for the giveaways. And I think that's it. I don't have any notes, so I've probably forgotten a few things. But I have been talking quite a long time, which is not like me. Normally my videos don't take so long, but I'll blame the haul. I think I'll just blame the haul. I think that's all I can do. Just a quick update. My dad's doing fine. There's really been no change. It's just life. It is just life. We have to just get on with the condition, and that's it. My mum's a true tower of strength in amongst it all. So, yeah, life can throw you some curveballs. But I think that's me. I'd like to thank everyone for joining me. Thanks to those who comment, subscribe, and like. And yeah, I hope you're all well, and we'll catch up in a few weeks' time, maybe 2 or 3 weeks' time. I'll make another video. Okay, take care. Bye bye.